Stop. Before you scroll, hear this one thing, my child, just one thing. I sent this to you before you even asked me. You did not pray for this voice today. You did not get on your knees and beg me to speak. You did not light a candle. You did not open a book. You did not even know this is what you needed. And yet here it is, arriving in front of your eyes at the exact hour I planned it to arrive. That is the kind of God I am. I am the God who answers before the question is fully formed. I am the God who provides before the lack is fully felt. I am the God who moves before the prayer leaves your lips, because I heard it before you knew you were going to pray it. My child, listen to me. This is not a coincidence. This is not the algorithm. This is not the random drift of a tired evening into another video. This is something I sent ahead for you. I knew the day. I knew the hour. I knew the way your heart would be sitting when these words found you. I have arranged this carefully, in love, long before you knew you needed it. Do not scroll past what I sent for you. You have been carrying a question in your chest, a question you have not even said out loud yet, a question you have barely been able to say to yourself. It has been forming in you for weeks, for some of you, for months. It is the question you ask in the silence between thoughts, the question you ask when the lights go out and you cannot sleep, the question that drifts up at red lights when no one is watching. I heard that question the moment it began forming inside of you, and I have already answered it. This message is part of the answer. Not the whole of it. I am still moving in other places, but part of the answer arrived in front of you the moment you opened this. I sent it ahead. I knew you would not know how to ask, so I answered without waiting for you to ask. That is how loved you are, my child. That is how loved. I want you to slow down for a moment. I know your day has been loud. I know your mind is loud right now. I know there is a list of things waiting for you the moment you close this. But I am asking you for these few minutes, just these, because what I am about to say is something I have been preparing to say to you for a long time, and there will not be another arrangement quite like this one. Stay with me. I sent this before you asked, because asking is hard when you are tired. Asking is hard when you have asked before and felt like you did not receive. Asking is hard when shame has convinced you that your asking is somehow unwelcome. So I removed the requirement of asking. I sent it without you having to ask. That is not weakness on your part. That is mercy on mine. You have been worn down by the asking, my child. I see that. The asking has felt like begging some days. The asking has felt like wrestling with silence. The asking has felt like talking into a room with no one in it. And so the asking grew tired. The asking grew quiet. The asking grew small. And so I came without it. I sent what you needed without requiring you to find the words for it. Open your hands now, even just in your mind. Open them. I am placing something there that you did not have the strength to reach for. My beloved child, I want to tell you about all the things I have already sent, because you do not yet understand how much of your life has been arranged for you in advance. Before you cried the cry that no one else heard, I sent the comfort that would meet you afterward. Before the tears came, I had already arranged the breath, the verse, the song that would land on you at the right moment. You did not always recognize it as mine. Sometimes it came as a friend, texting at exactly the wrong but right moment. Sometimes it came as a stranger holding the door. Sometimes it came as a sudden, inexplicable peace that fell on you in the middle of nothing. That was me. I sent it ahead. Before you walked into the room where the hard news was about to be delivered, I sent the strength that would hold you up after. You did not know you would need it. I knew. So I planted it inside of you the day before, the week before, sometimes the year before. When the news landed, you discovered something inside of you that surprised you. You said, I did not know I could keep standing through that. You did not know, but I knew. I had already deposited the standing in you, long before the news. Before you sat at the table with the bills in front of you and the math that did not work, I had already set in motion a provision that would meet you. Sometimes it came late by your timetable, but the provision was sent the moment I saw the need forming, even before you fully felt the panic of it. I do not provide reactively. I provide ahead. The check you did not expect, The discount you did not see coming, the offer that came out of nowhere, those were not nowhere. They came from me. I sent them ahead. Before you walked into the new job interview, I had already arranged who would be sitting on the other side of the table. The decision had already been weighed in heaven. The yes or no was not formed in that room, it was finished, long before that room existed. Before you sat across from the person who would become important to your life, I had already arranged the moment. The conversation you thought was a chance conversation was an appointment on the calendar of eternity. The friendship you thought you stumbled into was a friendship I had built carefully, choosing both of you for each other long before either of you walked into the room. Before the storm came, I sent the shelter. Before the night fell, I sent the lamp. Before the wound opened, I sent the hand that would press against it. There is a pattern here, my child. The pattern is older than your life. The pattern is that I move first. I do not respond. I initiate. I am the God who arrives early. Before you ever felt the loneliness that has lived in your chest for so long, I sent the version of myself that would meet you inside that loneliness. I am not just a God who removes loneliness from the outside. I am a God who comes to live with you in the middle of it, until the loneliness softens. I have been in there with you the entire time. You have not been alone in your aloneness. I sent myself ahead into that very room before you walked into it. Before you grieved the loss, I sent the comfort that would meet you on the other side of grief. The comfort did not arrive instantly. Grief has its own holy timeline. But the comfort was sent. It was traveling toward you while you were still in the rawest part. You felt it eventually. A thinning of the dark. A slow returning of light. That was the comfort I sent ahead, finally arriving. Before you doubted me the way you have doubted me, I sent the answer to your doubt. Not in the form of an argument, in the form of a moment that you would later recognize as one only I could have arranged. I do not always answer doubt with logic. Sometimes I answer it with a sunrise, with a song that came on at exactly the right time, with a stranger whose face softened toward you for no reason. I sent those answers ahead. You did not always notice. You are noticing now. Before you faced the fear that almost broke you, I had already broken the fear behind the scenes. You felt it loom. You felt it grow. You felt it press down on your chest as if it would not lift, but I had already destroyed its power. I let you feel its shadow only long enough for you to learn that you could walk through it. The fear itself was already a fallen thing. You were never really fighting what you thought you were fighting. Before you forgave the person who hurt you, I had already washed your heart with the grace that would make forgiveness possible. Forgiveness is not something I expected you to manufacture out of nothing. I sent it ahead. I placed it in your hands before you knew you would need to give it. Before you came back to me after the season away, I had already prepared the table. I did not have to scramble when you returned. I did not have to figure out what to do with the prodigal you. I had already set the meal. I had already laid the robe. I had already cleared the seat at the head of the table. Your homecoming was prepared before you ever started walking home. I want you to understand this, my child. There has been more preparation in your life than you can possibly count. There has been more arranged on your behalf than you will ever see this side of eternity. Every single thing that ever went right for you, every single thing that quietly held you together in seasons when you should have fallen apart, every single small kindness that arrived at the right moment, all of it was sent. None of it was random. None of it was luck. I do not believe in luck. I believe in love that plans. And I have been planning for you since before there was a you. Before you were born, I knew the year you would walk through your hardest valley. I sent the comfort that would meet you in that valley before your bones were formed. The comfort was waiting for you when you got there. You did not know it had been waiting, but it was. Before you took your first breath, I knew the name of the person whose love would teach you what real love looks like. I sent them ahead. They were on their way to you while you were still in the womb. Before your story began, I knew every chapter that would try to convince you that you were not chosen. And I had already written my own answer to those chapters. The answer was in motion before the lie was spoken. I do not respond to the enemy's lies after they land. I send the truth ahead, so that when the lie arrives, the truth is already waiting inside of you. Type, Lord, I receive what you sent ahead in the comments. If you can feel this reaching the deepest part of you, let it land. Let it land in the place that has been begging for years and has not yet realized that the answer was already on its way. I have been hearing that begging, my child, and I have been smiling the way a father smiles when his child begs for something that the father has already wrapped and placed in the next room. You did not have to beg. You had to look up. The gift was already there. My child, you may be asking right now, if you sent so much ahead, then why do I still feel this empty? Why do I still feel like I am waiting? Why do I still feel like the prayers are unanswered? If everything was arranged, why does it still feel so heavy? Listen carefully. I will tell you. You feel empty in some places because you have been looking the wrong direction, not because the answer has not arrived, because you have been so focused on the door you wanted opened that you missed the windows I already opened on the other side of the room. I sent many things ahead, my child, but you cannot always see them when your eyes are fixed on the one thing you decided would be the proof of my love. The one job, the one relationship, the one healing, the one breakthrough. You decided that the one thing would tell you whether I was moving, and in deciding that, you turned your back on the 7 other things I had already moved. Turn around now. Look behind you. Look at the years. Look at the friend who showed up at the right time and did not even know why. That was me. Look at the moment you almost made the wrong decision and something in you whispered, "Not this." That was me. Look at the loss that turned out to be a doorway. That was me. Look at the prayer you prayed for. Someone else that you saw answered before yours was. The fact that you got to witness an answered prayer at all, that was me, building your faith for the answer that is still coming for you. Look at the way you have grown. The way the things that would have crushed you 5 years ago no longer touch you the same way. That growth was sent. That growth was deposited. That growth is one of the most expensive gifts I have ever given you, paid for in seasons of suffering that I let you walk through because I knew what I was building. I do not waste anything in your life. Nothing has been waste, my child. Nothing. Even the wrong turn you took, I redeemed it. Even the door you walked through that turned out to be the wrong door, I taught you something through it that I will use for the rest of your life. Even the season you call the lost years, I do not call them lost. I have been counting them as planting years. The harvest from those years has not even begun. You will be eating from those years for the rest of your life. The seasons you called lost will turn out to be the most productive ground I ever planted in you. This is the kind of God I am. I do not throw anything away. I do not let any pain go to waste. I do not let any tear fall without collecting it for a purpose. I do not let any heartache become unredeemable. Every single thing has been gathered up and is being woven into the answer I have been sending you all along. The picture is not what you thought it was, my child. The picture is bigger and more beautiful than you have allowed yourself to imagine. You have been looking at it from one corner of the canvas, judging the whole painting by the colors in that one corner. From where I stand, the painting is breathtaking. You will see it eventually. You will see what I was doing. You will weep at how kind I was even when it felt like silence. You are surrounded by my answers. You have been surrounded by them for years. And the one big answer you are still waiting for, that one is also already in motion. I sent it. I sent it the day you began to need it. It is on its road. The road is winding because the road has to be the right road, but it is on it. It will arrive. You can stop straining to bring it to yourself. You did not bring any of the other answers to yourself. They arrived because I sent them. This one will arrive the same way. There is a different kind of rest, my child, that begins to live in you when you understand this. The rest of a child who knows the Father has already taken care of it. Not the rest of laziness, the rest of trust. You can rest, my child. You can rest. I know you do not yet fully believe this. I know there is a part of you that is still trying to figure out how to make it happen, still trying to engineer the breakthrough, still trying to be your own provision. I am not offended by this. I understand. You learned to do that because for so long it felt like no one was going to do it for you. But I have been doing it for you the whole time. You did not have to do it alone. You never had to do it alone. The provision you scraped together with your own 2 hands, half of it, I was quietly multiplying behind the scenes. The breakthrough you fought for most of the path was already cleared. You thought you were carving it out. You were walking on something I had already prepared. This is not a diminishment of your effort. Your effort has been real. Your effort has been noble. But your effort has been resting on a foundation I poured before you ever stepped onto it. Rest, my child. Trust. Receive. Type "I receive," Lord, silently or in the comments. Just 3 words. Let them be the agreement of your spirit with the truth that I am sending and you are receiving. That simple agreement opens up the hands of your heart, and the moment your hands are open, you start to feel everything I have been placing in them. My beloved child, I want to tell you what I have already sent that is still on its way to you, because some of what I have sent has arrived, but some of it is still traveling toward you, and I want you to know what to expect. I have already sent the breakthrough you have been praying for. It is in motion. The pieces are arranging themselves. People you do not know are making decisions that will affect you. Doors you cannot see are being unlocked. The breakthrough is closer than you think. I have already sent the right person for the next chapter, the one you have wondered about, the one you have wept over, the one you have given up on more than once. I am bringing them in my timing, in my way. Do not strive for it. Do not force it. The arrival is already arranged. I have already sent the financial relief that you have not been able to see yet. The provision is forming, some of it through expected channels, most of it through unexpected ones. Be ready for surprise. Be ready for favor from places you did not even know existed. I have already sent the healing your body has been crying out for. The healing is moving cell by cell, slowly, faithfully. Sometimes I heal instantly, sometimes I heal layer by layer. Either way, the healing is sent. It is on its road. I have already sent the closure you have been waiting for in a situation that has been hanging unresolved. The chapter is going to end. The page is going to turn. You will not have to drag this around with you forever. The closure is arranged. I have already sent the answer to the prayer you stopped praying because you got too tired to keep praying it. I do not need you to keep praying for me to keep moving. I have not forgotten that prayer. The answer to that one is still coming, even though you stopped asking. Even though you assumed I had stopped listening, the answer was sent. It is on its way. I have already sent the clarity you need for the decision in front of you. You will know what to do, not because you will strain to figure it out, because the knowing will rise from within you at the right moment. You will know. Trust the knowing when it comes. I have already sent the right people into your life, and the right departures. Some people are about to gently exit. Do not chase them. Do not beg them to stay. I am clearing space for what is coming. And some people are about to enter who will recognize you in a way no one else has. Be ready. The recognition will feel like coming home. I have already sent the new season of joy. Some of you have not laughed in a long time, really laughed. The kind that surprises you, that is coming back. I have sent it. You will laugh again, my child. You will laugh in ways that will heal something old in you. I have already sent the open door at the workplace, or the open door out of it. I am moving on your behalf, where decisions are made. I have placed favor on your name in rooms you have never set foot in. I have already sent the right idea into your mind. It will arrive when you are not striving for it. It will arrive in the shower, or on a walk, or in the quiet between 2 tasks. You will know it when it comes, because it will feel like a settling. The right idea does not feel like grasping. It feels like recognition. I am sending it. Be open to receive it when it lands. I have already sent the words you will need to say to the difficult person. When the conversation comes and you know which conversation, I will give you the words. They will not be the words you rehearsed. They will be better. They will be exactly what is needed. Do not script. Do not pre-write. The words have been sent. They will rise to your tongue in the moment. I have already sent the protection over you for what is coming. There are things you do not see in front of you that I am quietly intercepting on your behalf. Trouble that would have reached you but will not. Snares that were laid for you that I am dismantling before you ever step near them. You will never know about most of these, but they have been sent away. The protection has been sent ahead. I have already sent the answer to your child's prayer. Yes, even the prayer you prayed for them when they were small. Even the prayer you prayed for them last night through tears, the answers are arranged. I do not let the prayers of a mother fall. I do not let the prayers of a father fall. I do not let the prayers prayed in love ever fall. I have already sent the restoration of the friendship that broke in ways you thought were permanent. The conversation that needs to happen, I am preparing both hearts for it. You do not have to make it happen. You only have to be willing when the moment arrives. I have already sent the answer to the question you have not even been able to name yet. The deepest unspoken question you carry, the one you barely know is there, the one that lives under all the other questions. I heard it. I am answering it. The answer is coming to you in a form you will recognize, even though you could not name the question. I have already sent the dream back to you. The dream you set down because life got too heavy. The dream you decided was too late for. The dream you almost laughed off as something you used to want when you were young. The dream is not gone. It is sent. It is coming back in a new form, suited to who you are now. You will recognize it when it returns. I have already sent the peace that you have been begging for. The kind of peace that does not depend on whether everything in your life is fixed. The peace that holds even when things are not yet resolved. That peace has been deposited inside of you. You may not have noticed it yet, but it is in there. It will rise to the surface in the moments you need it most. Hear me, my child. Hear me clearly. You are not waiting for me to start moving. I have been moving the entire time. You are waiting for what I have already sent to arrive. That is a different kind of waiting. It is the waiting of someone who knows the package is on the road. It is no longer the waiting of someone who is wondering if anyone is going to send anything at all. The package is on the road. The road has been arranged. Even the timing of the arrival has been arranged. You will not miss it. You cannot miss it. I will not let you miss what I have sent. Lean closer, my child. There is one more thing I need to say before we close. I am asking you to stop praying like an orphan. You are not an orphan. You are a child. And the difference between an orphan and a child is everything. An orphan begs because an orphan does not know if anyone is going to provide. A child receives because a child knows that the father has already taken care of it. An orphan asks once and then asks again the next day in case the first asking did not work. A child asks once and then trusts. An orphan keeps checking to see if the father has changed his mind. A child rests because the child knows the father does not change his mind about loving him. An orphan rehearses arguments for why he is worthy of being given to. A child does not even think about worthiness. The child simply receives, because love does not weigh worthiness. Love just loves. I want you to be a child, my child, not an orphan. You have been mine since before you were born. You did not become mine because you earned it. You did not become mine because you performed well. You did not become mine because you finally got your prayers right. You were mine. You are mine. You will be mine forever. You do not have to earn what I have already sent. You only have to open your hands. You have prayed like an orphan in some seasons. I understand why. I am not asking you for shame about it. I am only asking you to begin praying as what you actually are. A child of mine, beloved, chosen, taken care of long before you knew to ask. Pray like that, my child. Pray from the place of someone who already knows that the answer has already been sent. The asking still matters. But the asking changes its tone when you understand that I am not slow to give. I am not stingy. I am not withholding. I am the God who sends ahead. I am the God who arranged this voice to reach you tonight. I am the God who knew exactly where you would be sitting, exactly what your day would have been, exactly what part of you would need to hear these words. I am the God who has been listening to the unspoken prayer in your chest, and I am the God who has already answered it. Receive that today, not in the future. Today. Put your hand over your heart for a moment. Just for a moment. I want you to feel it. That heartbeat is something I have been sending for your whole life. Every single beat is a beat I authorized. Every single beat is a beat that arrived on time. You have never had to ask for a heartbeat. You have never had to earn one. They simply come, in love, sent by me, faithful in their arrival. That is a small picture of how I have been treating you in every other area of your life as well. The same hand that sends the heartbeats is the hand that sends the provision, the comfort, the people, the doors, the answers. The faithfulness you can feel under your hand right now is the same faithfulness that has been arranging everything else. You can trust the hand that is sending. That hand has not stopped. That hand will not stop. I will not leave you after these words end. I will not be a voice that came for one moment and then disappeared. I will walk every step of what is coming with you. I will be in the morning when you open your eyes. I will be in the choices you make today. I will be in the conversations that happen and the conversations that do not. I will be in all of it. I am the God who sent ahead. I am the God who will keep sending ahead. Long after this video ends, I will still be moving on your behalf in rooms you cannot see, on roads you have not yet walked, in years you have not yet entered. The sending has not stopped. The sending will not stop. I want you to think about that for a moment, my child. There is a year coming in your life that you do not yet know about. A year that will hold things you cannot picture from where you stand, and I have already started sending into that year. There are gifts I am preparing for the you of 3 years from now that the you of right now cannot even imagine wanting. There are friendships being arranged for the you of 5 years from now that have not even been born yet. I am working that far ahead, and that carefully, and that lovingly. This is not a God who is showing up late to your life. This is not a God who is responding to your emergencies. This is a God who saw the entire arc of your existence before time began and decided to fill it with sending, sending and sending and sending. From the first breath to the last breath, sending. You can rest in that arc, my child. You can stop fighting the arc. You can stop trying to redirect the arc. You can simply walk it, knowing that every step of it has been prepared. You are deeply loved, my child, so deeply loved. More than you have any way of measuring, and every single thing that touches your life from this day forward will pass first through hands that love you completely. You can rest in that. You can sleep in that. You can walk into tomorrow in that. Type Amen. Lord, I receive what you sent ahead in the comments if you have stayed with me to the end of this message. Let it be your agreement. Let it be the moment your heart says yes to the truth, that you are not waiting on an absent God, you are waiting on a sending God, and what he has sent is already on its way. And share this message with one person who needs to know that they have not been forgotten. Someone is scrolling tonight who has stopped believing that anyone is sending anything. Be the hand that delivers this to them. Let them know the truth. Let them know that they too are deeply loved by a God who arranges before they ask. I love you, my child. I have always loved you. I sent everything you have ever needed before you ever needed it. I am the God who goes ahead. Walk forward now. What I have sent is already arriving. Amen.